Michael Pollan's food rules are meant to help us alleviate confusion while shopping, save us time in the grocery store, and decrease the load in our carts. As we continue to focus on the eat food part of the overall theme, eat food, mostly plants, not too much, we have finally arrived at the grocery store. Now I know over the last few weeks we've been telling you what to avoid. So this week we're going to finally fill our carts. Do you remember that show, What Not to Wear? Well, it sure does sound like we should be calling this show What Not to Eat. But really, that's not our intention. Moderation is the key, but only if we adhere to Oscar Wilde's wise words, everything in moderation, including moderation. Today, let's switch gears. And rather than talking about what we need to avoid, I'm going to give you a simple grocery map to follow. Your first objective, stick to that perimeter. I'm asked this question frequently. I'm headed to a friend or family's house for dinner. I have no idea what they're going to serve. What do I do? It's like this panic sets in. Well, here's a tip for you. Fill your plate with fruits and vegetables first. Just load it on up. And that brings us to our first stop, because that tip can also be used while grocery shopping. Traditionally, produce is usually at the front of the grocery store, so spend the most time filling your cart here first. And for fun, choose one new vegetable a week. I never would have known how delicious roasted rutabagas are had I not picked one up and given it a try. Now, if I were to follow my normal course, I'd head down this aisle and begin perusing the shelves. But not today. I'm going to stick with the foods that line the walls of the store. Second stop, milk, dairy, eggs. Remember, we're first filling our carts with those items that will spoil, go bad, they'll rot, they'll die. It's actual food. Now down those aisles, those items are kind of like fame. They're just gonna live forever. But here we go for our dairy, our milk, our eggs, and even some yogurt. But beware, one must still do a fair amount of label reading while in this area. Yes, I eat meat, just not too much. And we'll get to that in a later episode. And I also try to go for leaner cuts. Vegetarians, you may want to look away, because here we see Pollan's food rule of eating foods that we can actually imagine in their raw state or growing in nature. I prefer chicken tenders, pre-breaded, lean pork, and turkey. So just to recap, fill your cart with items that are along the perimeter of the store first, because that's where you're more apt to find real food. And also, note that you can get these items at a farmer's market or a local CSA. The grocery store is not your only option for fresh ingredients. So fill your cart with food first before heading down those center aisles, because you may find you won't even need to visit them. For the health of it.